Hey everybody, thank you so much for being here on a Friday afternoon. It's a beautiful day. As Liz said, welcome to Victoria Park. This is a product of over 10 years of engagement, planning, and design work. A lot has gone into this with city and communities to really make this a reality. So today is a huge day for this groundbreaking. Before I pass it over to our guest here, I want to acknowledge a few folks. I want to give a shout out to Alice Messer and Brett Husong from the design and construction team. And she could not be here today, but let's give a round of applause to Mary Norton, who has also worked on this project much of her time over the last year, I'll say. Our work wouldn't be possible without partners that I mentioned, but Fort Road Federation, Nova Classical Academy, Shalom, Mississippi Market, Summit Brewery, and the Minnesota Twins all helped make this project a reality. This is a 40-acre site, home to an old tank farm, first amenity within the park space to come online. After that, we're hoping to have our first universally accessible play area within the city here at Victoria Park as well, in addition to some nature components and other trail related work. So we're super excited about it, and I'll pass it on to my guests here today. First guest on the list here is our great mayor of the city of St. Paul, Mayor Melvin Carter. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Guest to Victoria Park.
Guest to Victoria Park. Okay, we'll take it. It is so good to be here. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for playing the saxophone for us. Give a round of applause for our saxophone player. Look, and you guys are welcome. Come on, this is your party. Okay, if you want, and there's cookies. I'm just saying. Look, last year when we were having a citywide conversation about our need to invest in infrastructure, I heard from a number of people who would look and say, hey, I get why we need to repave streets and fill potholes and things like that, but why would we build new infrastructure if we're saying that our existing infrastructure hasn't been maintained the way that we want it to be maintained? I spent the year saying, well, listen, we're talking about streets and parks and places that were last built over 100 years ago. And if all we do with these dollars, the magnitude of dollars that we have the opportunity for through our common sense sales tax proposal gives us an opportunity not just to rebuild infrastructure, but to rethink infrastructure. If all we do is pick up concrete where it was and put concrete back down where it was 100 years ago, we'll prepare our city for a vibrant and thriving 1925. Obviously, that's not the goal. We have to prepare ourselves for a vibrant and thriving 2025 and 2035 and 2045 and 2055 and on and on and on through the next generation of people who have to be users of our parks and our streets and our public infrastructure. This is a perfect example. This is a neighborhood that deserves this kind of park. This is a neighborhood that deserves a brand new park, a state-of-the-art park. I grew up in a part of our city where I could just take for granted that I had the opportunity to just go straight to a park and just run until I got tired. That is a simple vision, but every child deserves that opportunity. Every family deserves the opportunity to just have spaces right in their neighborhood where they can run until they get tired. We're building a 40-acre park right here. Multi-use fields for children right here in this community to be able to have access to and to be able to use. We would not be able to build this facility had it not been for the decision that our voters in St. Paul made last year to invest in the future of our city through a 1-cent sales tax that helps us to refresh our streets and refresh our parks for the next generation. This is a perfect example of why we needed that investment and why that investment is worth it. Not for the mayor or for the city council or even for our incredible parks and rec staff, some of whom you already got a chance to meet here today. But those investments are critical for our families, for our community members, for the children who are growing up in this city, to whom we are entrusted with the task of passing forward a high-quality, state-of-the-art 21st century community to. I am proud to be able to stand here and say to all of you, and say to our neighbors across the street, welcome to your park here. We are excited to make sure that you have access to this and excited to make sure that you and all your neighbors get a chance to play here, get a chance to run here, get a chance to learn a sport here, get a chance to meet new friends here, and get a chance to really be part of the fabric of your community here in St. Paul. Thank you so much. I tell people every day that no matter what you see on TV or who you see tweeting on Twitter, I suppose tweets are by definition on Twitter, that this work of building community has to be a team sport. It's not an individual endeavor. It has to be a team sport. We see people in the political space saying, I did that, or that happened because of me. And in truth, things only happen because of big teams. I said this is thanks to the voters in our community. That's absolutely true. And I want to tell you that this type of work could not happen in our community had it not been for the big team of folks helping to move us forward. On our city council, our city staff, our community members, our advocates, and those types of things. And so, without further ado, I will introduce one of Andy's guests here for today. And that is our Ward 3 City Council member who's been a real champion, who even before getting elected was a champion for our common sense sales tax proposal, has been a champion for making sure that we get this park done right here in this neighborhood, and is a champion for ensuring that we are phenomenal stewards of this city, where our planet is concerned and where our children is concerned. That's our Ward 3 City Council member, Sarah Jost.
Not as tall as the mayor. Thank you, Mayor Carter. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome all of you to the West 7th community of Ward 3. That's right. Woo. I am so proud to represent this community on the St. Paul City Council. And some of you may know, when I'm not working at City Hall, I work as an engineer. And one of the things that brings me great joy and excitement is to get to stand in front of a giant site and pile of dirt and be able to kick off a construction project. You know, it takes months and years of planning and development and design and coordination just to get a design onto paper. And now we're finally here today to be able to kick off that construction and make that project a reality. As we talked about before, this used to be a big oil tank field site, but now it's going to be a multi-use athletic field. And it's going to be an amazing space where kids can run around and play, and it's a space that is very much needed in this community here in Ward 3. And it's also really needed because we understand how much kids need a place to play. I understand this firsthand as a mom of a 5-year-old boy who will run around in circles in our house if he does not have somewhere nearby where he can go and play. And so I'm really excited when I look out on this field and I think about all of the kids that are going to come here and learn how to play a new sport, you know, maybe make their first friends, hopefully score their first goals, and just, you know, maybe just simply learn what it means to be a teammate. And if we're really lucky, maybe the next Olympian from St. Paul will be able to train here one day. Hall of Famers as well. I also think about what this means to our West 7th community. This place makes me think about the future and the hope of this neighborhood. You know, we're going to have an amazing space where kids can run around and play, surrounded by their families, surrounded by what will hopefully be future amenities to this space, connections to the trails, as well as being able to go to the grocery store nearby, places to work, a new dentist office where the Burger King is going. All of these things that really help make a vibrant community so that everyone has what they need right here in their neighborhood. I'm going to highlight again the Common Sense Sales Tax Program. I want to thank everyone that was a part of that initiative, and also all of our voters who overwhelmingly voted to support it. And it's so important because it makes those investments in our parks, especially like this one, that will help build healthy kids and healthy communities so we can have places that everyone can thrive. And very shortly here, there will be a space that will have something for everyone in our community to be able to enjoy. And I also want to recognize all the important partnerships and folks that were involved to get us here today. Our Parks and Rec Department, our community mentioned, the district councils, the Housing and Redevelopment Authority, as well as the Twins Community Fund, and the Minnesota DNR Outdoor Rec Program. So thank you so much to everyone that helped make this project possible. I'm super excited to kick off the construction, and thank you for having me today.